Hello, everyone. Have you ever felt cramped, exhausted, or downright miserable during a flight? We're about to change all that. I'm sitting here with someone who's basically a professional at traveling smart. Janet has spent decades crisscrossing the globe, and today she's going to share her best secrets for staying comfortable and healthy while flying. Janet, welcome.
Thanks so much, Matilda. I'm thrilled to be here. Traveling has been one of the great joys of my life, and if I can help a few people enjoy the journey a little more, that's a win in my book.
I love that. I think a lot of people just see flying as a necessary evil, something to suffer through on the way to somewhere better. But you really see it differently, don't you?
Absolutely. Flying doesn't have to be miserable. It's about setting yourself up properly, right from the start. The flight is part of the journey. You might as well make it pleasant.
Exactly. So let's get into it. Before we even get on the plane, what's the very first thing people should be thinking about?
First and foremost, what you wear. People underestimate this, but it's huge. You want to dress in comfortable, layered clothing. I always go for breathable fabrics. Cotton's good, but merino wool is even better. It's a miracle fiber, really. It keeps you cool when it's warm and warm when it's cool. Airplane cabins are notorious for fluctuating temperatures. It might be toasty when you board and freezing 2 hours later at altitude.
Merino wool. That's such a good tip. I always thought that was just for hikers.
It's great for travelers too. And the key is layers. A light t-shirt, a long-sleeve top, maybe a light jacket you can take off or put on as needed. That way, you're prepared for anything without lugging around a heavy coat.
Okay, so we're comfy. What's next?
Compression socks. I can't recommend them enough. They help your blood keep moving, which is critical when you're going to be sitting still for hours. Swollen ankles, heavy legs, even blood clots. Compression socks help prevent all of that.
I'll be honest, Janet, I always thought those were just for older folks.
Trust me, blood circulation doesn't care about your age. Anyone can benefit, especially on long-haul flights. Think of it as insurance for your legs.
All right, I'm sold. Now food. Airport food isn't always the healthiest. How do you handle that?
I always pack my own snacks. Healthy, simple foods, a little bag of almonds, some dried apricots, maybe a fresh apple if it's a shorter flight. You want things that give you energy without weighing you down. Heavy meals before or during a flight can make you feel sluggish and even nauseous.
And I guess it saves you from buying those sad little overpriced sandwiches too.
Exactly. Plus, you have control over what you're eating. It's a little piece of normalcy when everything else is chaotic.
Speaking of chaos, airport prices for water are outrageous. What's your trick there?
Always bring an empty water bottle in your carry-on. Once you get through security, find a water fountain and fill it up. Staying hydrated is absolutely critical. Airplane air is dry. We're talking desert levels of dryness, and dehydration can sneak up on you fast.
So many people tell me they feel wiped out after a flight. It sounds like dehydration plays a big role.
It really does, and the solution is simple. Sip water regularly throughout your trip.
Love it. Last pre-flight tip, seating. I know you're a big fan of a particular spot.
Yes, aisle seat all the way. If you're planning to stay put and sleep the entire flight, sure, the window is nice, but if you care about your circulation and comfort, the aisle is your best friend. You can get up easily to stretch your legs, walk around, or even just shift your position.
That's great advice. Okay, Janet, we've made it through security. We're on the plane. Now what?
The first thing you should do is set yourself up for success. Get your essentials out before you stash your bag: neck pillow, blanket or shawl, headphones, water bottle, snacks. You don't want to be that person holding up the aisle digging around your carry-on.
Organization. That's a great travel skill in itself.
It really is. And speaking of essentials, a good neck pillow can be a lifesaver. Not one of those flimsy, inflatable ones either. Look for memory foam, something that truly supports your neck. Sleeping upright isn't natural for humans. Give your body a fighting chance.
And you mentioned a blanket too?
Absolutely. Airplanes can get cold, especially on longer flights. I always pack a light blanket or a shawl, something soft, easy to fold and warm. Those airline-issued blankets, better than nothing, but not by much.
Definitely feels better to have your own cozy things. Now, hydration. It's still important once we're up in the air, right?
Maybe even more important. The dry air in the cabin can dehydrate you quickly, and dehydration makes everything worse. Dry skin, headaches, fatigue, even jet lag. Drink water steadily. Little sips are better than chugging a whole bottle at once.
Now, here's a big one. Should we be avoiding those tempting little bottles of wine or coffee the flight attendants offer?
Tough love here, Matilda, yes. Alcohol and caffeine are both dehydrating. Plus, they mess with your sleep rhythms, which is already tricky enough when you're flying across time zones. Save the celebration for when you land.
Got it. Water over wine, even if it's vacation time. Now, you always tell me about the importance of moving around mid-flight. Can you talk about that?
Sure thing. Get up and walk everyone to 2 hours, even if it's just to the back of the plane and back. It keeps your blood circulating, wakes your muscles up, and helps prevent blood clots. It's not just about comfort, it's about your health.
And for times when you can't get up.
You can still do in-seat exercises. Roll your ankles, flex and point your toes, shrug your shoulders, twist gently at the waist. Even simple movements make a huge difference.
I love that. Little things that keep you feeling human. Now, a lot of people struggle to sleep on planes. You have a secret weapon for that too, right?
Noise-cancelling headphones or earplugs and an eye mask. Block out as much noise and light as you can. Even if you don't fall into a deep sleep, your body will rest more deeply. It helps you land feeling far more refreshed.
It's about creating that peaceful little world for yourself in a very unpeaceful environment.
Exactly. Think of it like building a nest, a little cocoon of calm where you can rest, hydrate, snack, and take care of yourself.
Janet, these tips are pure gold. So many little things that add up to a huge difference in how you feel when you land.
That's the idea. Flying can be tough on the body, no doubt about it. But with a bit of thought and preparation, you can walk off that plane feeling like yourself, ready to enjoy wherever you've arrived.
And that's what it's all about. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom today. I know our listeners are going to be flying smarter from now on.
My pleasure, Matilda. Wishing safe and happy travels to everyone out there.
And that wraps it up for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Until then, may your flights be smooth, your snacks be plentiful, and your adventures unforgettable. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with friends. It really helps.